Hey there, Andy here. I am joined today by Bill McLaughlin. Bill is with Atlantic Tomorrow's office in the New York metropolitan area and the greater Philadelphia metropolitan area. How are you doing today, Bill?
I'm doing good, Andy. How are you?
Good. I am great up here in Western New York, the Rochester, New York area, home of Wegmans. We were just chatting about that a few minutes ago. Tell me, you're in Jersey, right? So what's it like where you guys are? You're right in the middle of it.
So it's a little chaotic, as you can imagine, but you know we're making the best of it. The community, the people, everybody's really rallying behind staying home, being safe, following the guidelines, and as you can imagine, we're all anxious to do the right thing so we can get back to work.
I hear you, man. It's just there's got to be a lot of people in this industry who are just itching to get back and physically in front of people, walking out and doing the customer visits, and we're a very social industry, so this has got to be killing a lot of people. I know it is. It's just awful. So for me as well. What's it like? How's your family doing? How's the Atlantic family doing? How are my buddies down there? Your boss, how's the boss doing? How's everybody down there?
Everybody's hanging strong. Family as well. Thank you for asking. The Atlantic family is doing well. Unfortunately, we have had a few cases of COVID, but God bless everybody. Rebounded and rebounded fairly quickly and is in good health. Larry's good. Larry's hanging strong, keeping the ship going.
Yeah.
Every day it's sell, sell, sell. This isn't stopping us. We just like many other companies out there, including yourself, right? Reinventing and coming up with new ways to be social like this. We've been doing a lot of go-to meetings, so we're just forging ahead, waiting for things to become normal or whatever the new normal is going to look like.
I hear you. New normal is going to be definitely a little bit different, but you guys are well positioned for that kind of thing. Hello to Larry, by the way, when he watches this video. We'd love coming down there to visit you guys and see him and Linda and everybody down there. So great to hear you're all doing okay. Shifting gears, the customers, what's it like supporting them right now? What's it like getting your techs out there? I imagine they're all geared up and probably calling ahead to customer sites to see what they're going to walk into. How's that been for managing that for you guys?
It's been a challenge, but again, I think we've done a good job of shifting gears, and I'd be remiss not to mention our frontline technicians. We do business with quite a few healthcare facilities in the area. New York Presbyterian being one of our largest customers, and they are right in the middle of the pandemic in New York. We also do business with Englewood Hospital and a few others, and we've got technicians who gear up every day, put the masks on, put the gloves on, have the hand sanitizers, and they are going and they are supporting the customers, they are supporting the doctors, they are supporting the nurses. So, and again, they're on the front lines with them. So major kudos to them because they are putting themselves in harm's way. And then from an IT perspective, we've done very well in terms of making sure that all of our clients have been able to work remotely. You typically have the remote workforce, whether it be executives and salespeople, and they have the tools of the trade to do it whenever. However, the challenge for a lot of companies was the administrative staff, right? HR, AR, AP, those who don't have the tools and typically don't work from home. Getting them to do that and having it to be done for literally thousands of employees, call it overnight, was a challenge. But I have to tell you, our team stepped up, took on that challenge, and far exceeded our expectations as well as many of our customers. So major kudos to them as well.
Well, it's got to be a little satisfying to see that the technology you've been pushing and selling for the last several years actually works and does exactly what it's supposed to. So that's probably a very satisfying feeling for you guys. That's good to know.
You don't want to say I told you so.
Yeah, right. Well, at least it works. And going forward, I'm sure you guys will have a great plan to help customers in all industries, not just necessarily healthcare, but everybody's got to really think through a plan for what if this happens again, and we don't want to get caught with a month of trying to get our feet under us, where next time we'll have the security in place, we'll have the connections in place, the document management, the access to files, and all of that. I think for companies like you who are helping customers manage that, that'll obviously I would think be a big opportunity for people like you going forward. So I've known you for several years now in a different capacity, and one of the things that we do every year together is we've gotten together and supported one of my favorite charities, the Jillian Fund. I am one of the Patriot Pack riders, and you were on the board. Actually, are you the chairman of the board?
Chairman, yep.
Yeah, you are. I forgot. That's exactly. So, tell me what's going on with Jillian. First, why don't you tell my viewers here a little bit about Jillian? And a lot of them know who they are, who the charity is, but it's a great charity started by an industry employee from Ricoh, George Gorman. And why don't you take it from there? Tell us exactly what it does, and now in these trying times, why it's so critical and what's going on with the fund.
Sure. So Jillian Gorman, George Gorman's daughter, had gotten ill with cancer, and she had beat the cancer, but unfortunately had complications thereafter and wasn't able to make it. And so one of the things that Jillian did was she was the big sister to a lot of children in the PICU at Hackensack University Medical Center. And George was always by her side morning, noon, and night. And he had the support structure around him to be able to do that. And being a man of faith, he was like an uncle to a lot of the children in the PICU. And furthermore, was also a conduit or vehicle of information between families who couldn't be with their child, not because they didn't want to, but because they couldn't work, insurance, bills, and things of that nature. So George, really assisted in with the social workers, the doctors, the children, along with Jillian and these other families. And when Jillian was in remission and was getting better, she said to her father, "Hey, Dad, wouldn't it be great if we continued to help these families and do something when I get out of here?" And again, unfortunately, Jillian passed, and well, George wanted to keep that promise to his daughter. So that's exactly why we have the Jillian Fund today. So what we do is we help support children and their families in a critical time of need, and we help to fund different expenses of the families so that the parents can be with their children during these difficult times, because we believe that no child should ever go through an illness without having their parent by their side. So that's exactly what we do. And during this time, as you can imagine, people are challenged with various different financial issues. And to have a sick child on top of this is just unfathomable, right? You and I are parents, I can't even imagine. And so we're trying to get creative right now and help for some families that have an immediate need. And so what we've done on 2 different occasions is we've bought now up to $20,000 in gift cards, and have been handing those out to families so they can focus on their children and not worry about their expenses. And I think over the course of the last 2 months, don't hold me to it, it's about 10 to 12 families that we've helped, on average anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000 in funding each. So maybe we paid their mortgage, maybe we paid their rent, maybe we paid a utility bill, or maybe we paid for some form of transportation. But we've been able to help parents be united with their children during these times.
That is a heartwarming story. I never get tired of hearing it. I get goosebumps every time I hear it, honestly. And I'm proud to be a part of this and helping, contribute the way we do with the Patriot Pack riders as we come across the country each year, raising money by visiting dealers and getting sponsors like, the Konica Minoltas and Sharps and literally all of them at one point or another helping us. Unfortunately, that ride is off, at least postponed for now. It's not going to happen at least in May the way we had planned. I know the Gala, I read in some of the things that came from the Jillian Fund, is taking a bit of a different format this year. It was in November. We're holding the date still, but it's going to not be the big gala with the incredible food we're all used to, and the bidding, and sometimes you get a little carried away and wind up with a guitar signed by Maroon 5 at that gala. I can show you in the back that I thought my wife would be a lot more into than she was, which is why it's in my office. What's going on with the gala? What are you guys going to do, and how are we going to handle that?
Sure. Well, first I want to thank you and the Patriot Pack for always being the supporters that you are. And I also would be remiss not to mention, our board. We've got an unbelievable board, and when they were asked, what should we do and how can we help, it was the group of them who came up with the idea of the gift cards and was 110% behind it. So just want to make sure I mention them. And I also want to make sure that I thank you and the Patriot Pack and for all you guys do and all of our sponsors out there. You mentioned Konica and Sharp and Atlantic, right? And everybody else. Too many to mention, take up too much time, but appreciate all of them. So this year we're going to have a virtual gala. What that means, I'm not sure yet, but you know, those who have been to our galas in the past, you know that our committee, shout out to Lisa, Monica, and Jenna Stramalio. I mean, they do an unbelievable job in creating an unbelievable event. And I have all the faith in the world that they're going to do it again. And we're going to have a virtual gala that everybody's going to be surprised with. And we're going to raise a lot of money. And thank you to Clover and Jim Sokleski once again for donating another Harley Davidson.
Another one. I've lost track of how many this is at this point.
It's four. So this will be the fourth Harley. We are going to auction it off. So we will have the Harley again. I anticipate having all the great, you know, silent auction prizes that we always do. We've already had a bunch of people who donate and sponsor reach out to us as a result of the newsletter that had been sent out, and they're all in. They want to help. They want to get creative. So, you know, we've been very fortunate. We've been very blessed to have a great board, a great group of sponsors, and a great group of supporters like yourself.
Well, I am, I don't know if you noticed, but I've been sliding down some pictures of the last event I was at was 2017, and it just brings a big smile to my face. All the people. There's the motorcycle, by the way.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's a who's list. You know, it's there's really two big industry events that are both great charitable organizations and helping raise money. And this is obviously the one I'm really close to. And you know, it's sad that it's going to have to be postponed or changed, I should say. But we'll get back to it next year. And you know, I'm excited to see what you guys do this year.
Me too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a challenging year for the Jillian Fund, I'm sure, without the ride or with the ride scaling down and then the gala scaling down. So you know, let's get creative, and I'm here for you if you need me to pitch in any way to you know, help get the word out about raising some funds and helping the families, and say hi to Steph and everybody else out at Jillian for us. And that, you know, thanks so much for taking the time to chat with me today, and you know, really appreciate it. Any last things you'd like to say to everybody out there while we're wrapping up?
Stay strong, stay safe, and donate.
Donate, yes, please donate. Please donate. Continue to donate. It's a great charity, and we'll see you. Hopefully, we'll see you again on Friday. We saw you at the last happy hour we did. We are also doing industry happy hours for the imaging industry, and all that money is going to funds like the Jillian Fund. We're spreading it around to lots of different places, feeding doctors and nurses here in Rochester, sending money to the Jillian Fund. We funded some healthcare systems in Arkansas, in Iowa. You can probably tell who sponsored the each happy hour based on where the money went. But you know, it's a nice way to catch up with everybody, and you know, just be somewhat social, and you know, we're not going to all these meetings anymore, so it's a great way to keep up. So hopefully we'll see you Friday at 5. The information's on my website. Bill, thanks so much for spending the time with me, and we will catch you. Take care, buddy.
All right, man.